Okay, hello. So first things first, welcome to the channel, I guess. First video on here. I said in a TikTok video a few days ago that I thought Dark Souls isn't that hard of a game. And to be fair, I am due a playthrough of it. If I was to check my game log, don't think I've played Dark Souls since 2019, something like that. I'm not sure, I'd have to check. Either way, point stands. If people wanted me to do a YouTube channel, people said that they'd watch it, so hopefully it doesn't do awfully. A couple hundred views, maybe, I don't know. I'm sure that by the time we actually get to part, like, whatever of this video, you'll all think I'm boring anyway, because, let's be honest, you're all used to me doing short form video on TikTok, so it's going to be very different on here. I can't promise you I'm going to be very entertaining. I can't promise you I'm going to be the best player in the world, but I thought this would be interesting to give it a go, and people asked for it, so why not? If I'm going to do Dark Souls 1, if I record the entire thing and it doesn't do awfully, then perhaps I will do 2 and 3 as well. Get them added into my game log again. So yeah, I'm thinking 20 minutes per video, perhaps, we'll see. And yeah, let's get started. This is actually my first time playing Dark Souls Remastered as well. I brought it for the PS5 for this playthrough, just because I'm so used to playing it on 360 that I thought maybe a little bit of an upgrade would be a good move. Give me time to get the audio right. I don't know if the audio on this video is going to be great. It's a bit of a test. Well, that looks weird. I don't know, it looks weird, because obviously this is the remaster, I ain't used to it. Character name. What do we go with? What should we go for? Anybody got any ideas? As if you can actually reply. I'm talking to myself. What twat. We could just go with Cayle, but that's really fucking boring. We could just put D handle. I don't know. D handle, as in handle the Dark Souls. We'll go with Cayle for now, I guess. It's not really going to matter, is it? No one's ever going to say it. Sex, yes, please. Okay, so classes. This isn't really going to be a tutorial of the game, by the way. This is literally just going to be me playing through it and just chatting all of the shit. So, I guess we'll see. We'll go with the Heater Shield, because it's one of the better shields available to us. The Knights is probably the only one with 100% block, but he's just a bit too heavy. We'll go Warrior just to keep it simple. Master Key, so we can get in different places. Very slim, because, I don't know, it gives you the illusion of a smaller hitbox. It's not actually true. And then all of these faces are fucking dumb. Like, how is that allowed? We'll just keep it simple. Hair, swept back is the only not shit choice. Just leave it as black. You're not even going to see it most of the game anyway because of a helmet, so, you know. Oh, it's so weird. I'm so used to skipping these cutscenes. Am I supposed to talk through these cutscenes?
Shrouded by fog.
I don't know. No, I don't know.
Land of grey crags.
The video is going to be artificially long if I don't skip it, but
Dragons.
I suppose there's a decent chunk of people that are going to be watching this that likely can't play the game themselves. Is that a reason why people tend to watch Let's Plays? Because, I don't know, either you don't have the game, you don't want to get the game, you ain't got the time to play the game, or in a lot of people's cases with this sort of thing, you're probably just not good enough to play the game. Although, watch me play really, really shit now I've said that. I suppose we'll see. If you hear any noises, like that, that's my chair. You'll get used to that. I've got a noisy fucking chair. All my clients have to hear it when I do check-ins for them, so you can get used to it. Any other noises could be other people in the house talking to the dog, as if the dog can actually respond, because apparently that's a normal thing to be doing. And, yeah, I suppose I probably really shouldn't be talking over this. It's probably really irritating, isn't it? But Mega Skeletor.
The first of the day.
I just want to play the game, you know.
The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of chaos.
I'm literally just sitting here on TikTok whilst I wait.
The Lord
This
of
is
Sunlight.
this is videoception. While this is playing, whilst I'm recording this, I'm on my phone looking at TikTok. It's interesting because as I upload this, I have 2 followers. One is a client, and the other is some absolute goat that came across from my Instagram story. Because by the time this video is uploaded, I haven't even announced the story yet on TikTok, the YouTube on TikTok, so any views this gets will be very interesting. Here we have Emo Zeus. I am just going to talk so much bullshit, aren't I? I don't know how often I'm going to make videos for this account. I play a lot of games, so it could be fairly frequently. I suppose we'll see. I guess it's all dependent on how well the videos do, because, you know, I've kind of got to have a reason to make them. If people ain't enjoying it, then I just won't bother too much. At some point, I do plan to do Twitch streams and things like that. I think that would be quite cool. I guess we'll see. Fucking hell, we're nearly 6 minutes into this video already, and we have gotten approximately fucking nowhere. No wonder some Let's Plays are so long. Do you ever watch Let's Plays and think, these videos are really, really long, and then play the game yourself, and it isn't that long? And I don't get it. Like, there's people I follow that are uploading a Dark Souls playthrough at the minute, and they're like 57 parts in. 57 parts! I don't understand how this game could be that long, because the Dark Souls games, they're not very long games. They're designed to be replayed over and over again. It's kind of a core theme in the actual game's mythology, with the cycle of fire and all that shit. Yeah. Hopefully the game audio isn't just absolutely blinding my voice out. Like, that would be rather irritating. But fuck it, I'm uploading this video as is. Like, if this video's shit, you're gonna watch it. If you've watched it this far, well done. You've already got the attention span above the average TikTok viewer, because anything above 30 seconds is a good watch time over there. So to get to nearly 7 minutes over here is a fucking win. Oh, we're about to play some Dark Souls. I'll tell you what is strange is I did a little bit of a practice run, just playing up to the first boss, just before I started this video, to like get the control scheme back in my head. And it was very strange playing the first Dark Souls in more than 30 frames a second. It's going to be interesting when we go to some of the areas later on in the game where perhaps the frame rate isn't as good. I don't know. I suppose we'll see. It just feels very strange to play Dark Souls in anything above 30. God, I don't remember it starting this slowly. Every time I've ever played this game, I'll skip through this. You might hear some noises any second now. People talking to the dog. Oh, a little bit of a grumble. Don't know if that'll have been picked up by the microphone though.
Is your fate.
First thing I'm going to do probably is take off a lot of the armour, because in this game one of the massive things is your carry weight as a percentage of your total endurance stat dictates your capacity for rolling and your speed. Now, I like to be able to move quicker and dodge more. You don't necessarily need to pump your health stat if you don't get hit, for example, and therefore you can put your stats into something more useful. Now, I will probably still put points into health because, you know, why not? Safer, but yeah, okay, we're playing. Right, so first things first, let's get naked. You heard. Now, I've got a lot of this game sort of burned into my head because I have played through it quite a few times. Like, in there we've got one of the bosses from later on in the game. A lot of people think that this is actually the first boss that we'll fight soon. It isn't. This is an optional boss that we can come back and fight later on. All of these things on the floor are tutorial messages, should you so need them. People always give Dark Souls an unfair judgment because they say it doesn't teach you how to do anything. It does, you just kind of have to pay attention. Read the item descriptions, read the notes on the floor. If you're connected to the internet, read the notes other people give you, although don't jump off a cliff just because somebody says. Right, there's the first bonfire. Did I use it? No. Why? Don't fucking need it, mate. Right, so we've got 11 minutes left in this first video that I'm going to post tonight. Can we get the first boss dead in 11 minutes? I would hazard a guess I probably can. When it comes to playthroughs of other games, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it. Maybe there'll be some occasions where I play through games with my girlfriend, just because she's around so often. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Alright, so we've got the shield. This guy won't stand there and attack us. He'll walk past, giving us time to equip the sword. That's probably put me over and come again. No, maybe not. Still got fast roll. Oh, that was difficult, wasn't it? Oh, no, I'm struggling. So yeah, this could be the start of something beautiful, depending on how this channel does. And again, this game is people call this game unfair because, for example, you run up those stairs, you get hit by the ball. How are you supposed to know the ball is there unless you played the game before? By using your eyes. People don't pay attention when they're doing things in life in general. Go walk around a city, you'll see people walking around with their heads down, walking through traffic. Imagine in a game, like up there is a ball. Walk up, jump off, and we go. I would normally kill him because it's quicker. No, I'm not hollow. I'm very, very full. Should I be skipping his chat? I'm not going to speak to many people throughout this playthrough, to be honest, boys, because I kind of just play the Souls games for their gameplay, to be fair. This guy's just giving you an idea of what you should be doing. So it's Estus Flask, key, go ring the bells, win. As we walk away, he dies. R.I.P. Oscar. And we get his soul. Zzz. Alright, let's give myself... Nope. There we go. Got to get that the parry practice back in. So basically, one of the tips and tricks for parrying in this game is don't look at the sword tip, look at the person's hand. When their hand connects with you, that's when you parry, not when the sword is coming towards you. Let's see if we can demonstrate that again. Come around here. Okay, maybe I'll just kill them both. Come on. That was a partial parry, so you take some damage, but it doesn't actually allow you to riposte. I don't know what build I'm going to use for this game either, yet. I guess we'll see. Oh, I'm bad at parrying. One. That's not going to kill him. No. That will, though. God, healing before the first boss. Get good. Jump attack. Not very much stamina. Right, let's see how this goes. A lot of people literally never get this. Literally never get past this. So jump attack into plunging attack. Should be able to get 2 R2s in and then dodge. And then stamina comes back. And first boss is dead. That was difficult. Okay, so yeah, on we go. I saw a comment on my Dark Souls TikTok the other day that said he tried for like 3 hours against the first boss, couldn't get past him, and rage quit. And I truly do not understand. Truly don't get it. Like, I mean, I was shit at Dark Souls once too. Like, I'm still not great, but like, I was god awful when I first played it. But you just kind of have to pay attention to what you're doing, you know.
Only in the ancient legends
I'm gonna need to figure out what build I want to use, because especially if I'm going to play Dark Souls 2 and 3 following this one, I should really think about what build I'm going to use, because I don't want to use the same sort of build for all of the playthroughs. So I don't know. I'm thinking... I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm thinking. I suppose we'll see. I'll just take it as it goes, and we'll figure out what happens. Hopefully this recording is in a decent quality. I'm recording with OBS. Just, you know, hopefully it's not fuck ugly. Hopefully the quality is there. So typically at the start of any Dark Souls run, what you would do is you would do a few suicide runs. You'd spend your souls so that you don't have anything to lose if you die, and then go run around and collect some cool shit. So initially what I think I'll do is I will level Dex up to about 16 or so, because we're going to need a minimum amount of Dex to use a bow, because a bow is a helpful tool in this game. And yeah, let's just go and collect some shit, some humanity. We're going to need a certain level of humanity as well to get past one of the more bullshit bosses down the line. But again, even the bullshit in this game can be skipped, so it's cool. I don't think I'll do any suicide runs right now, but I'll collect them later, I guess. Gameplay recording blocked. Interesting. So these guys will now have more health. Bang, bang. Ooh. So it's interesting, right? Even the enemies have invincibility frames on their dodges. So that attack was in range to hit him, but because he was currently dodging, and again, he didn't take any damage. Same thing applies to me, yeah? Your character in Dark Souls has what's called I-frames, which are invincibility frames, where even if the enemy's hitbox connects with your hitbox, as long as you're within your invincibility frames of your dodge, you won't take damage, which is why you can dodge through some attacks, which is what I was doing with the boss before, where I dodged through both of his rather than having to block them or like actually get out of the way. And once you learn that and get good at that, the game becomes a lot more simple. Especially once you start to know where enemies are. Here's the thing, right? If you're new at Dark Souls, you're going to die a lot. That's acceptable. That's expected. That's fine. But because the enemies respawn in the exact same location every single time you throw yourself at them, you should learn where they are. For example, I know without even thinking about it that this rat is here. I know each of the enemy's locations behind me. Like, I know that this door at the end of here is locked and that I can't get through it yet. I know that I need to turn left. How do I know these things? Repetition. That's what Dark Souls is all about. Repetition. People get mad because they can't beat the game in one attempt, like on their very first go. And you're not supposed to be able to. It's supposed to be something you do slowly, something you learn, something you get accustomed to. It's not supposed to be for everyone. People are like, oh, it needs an easy mode, it needs accessibility options. No, it doesn't. Not every game is for everyone, right? Just as not every sport on this planet is catered to every human on this planet, at the same time as that, not every game is also. First fog wall. I don't know how much time I'm going to spend ranting on. I feel like Dark Souls is kind of relaxing once you understand it, because it's one of them where just don't be silly and you're fine. I am going to play through Neo soon as well. I don't know if I'll record that. I might, but Neo is I would say Neo is a less relaxing game. So I think you've got to be a little bit more hyper aware of what you're doing whilst you play. Oh, I've just remembered. Typically, I wouldn't spend my souls leveling up at the first bonfire. I would save them for the merchant below. So here, people will struggle. Why? Because they'll attack head on, and these guys have got shields. So you need to learn to kick or move out of the way, backstab, things like that. Another thing about backstabbing is you won't be able to backstab with your shield up, and people are often scared about everything in this game, so will walk around with their shield up constantly and therefore not be able to backstab. It's another incentive to learn to not do that, you know? It's why a lot of the games in this Dark Souls series, the Soulsborne series, have moved away from shields. It's why Bloodborne doesn't have them. It's why Sekiro doesn't have them. It's to give the player agency to get shit done, you know? Do I need anything from this bloke? I've already got a decent shield. I don't think I do. I could. So, I could do a dex build and use his katana. So if I killed him, he will drop a katana, which would be an excellent weapon for pretty much the entire game, really. And I'm considering it. Just absolutely pump all of my points into dex. And then maybe I'll do a strength build in Dark Souls 2, and then maybe a middle of the road build in Dark Souls 3. Shall I do it? Do I need a bow for any reason? Right now? Nah. Let's do it then, come on. So he's got that attack. Come on. A lot of the enemies in Dark Souls games can just be stun locked as well. Provided you have enough stamina, you good. So there it is, the Uchi Katana. Do I have enough stats to use it yet? No. Ironically, not enough strength. That's funny. So something else people struggle with in this game is the fact that the enemies respawn when you rest at a bonfire. So if I want to heal up, if I want to set my checkpoint, I have to respawn the enemies, which again is to reinforce that learning. It's to reinforce being smart with your decisions. Right, now I can use the Uchi. I think my encumbrance might have just changed. The one thing that I do miss about the straight sword that I was using is the faster thrust attack. Thrust attacks in these games are quite helpful. It's worth it to just run back through these guys and kill them again, just for their souls. You know, more souls is never a bad thing. I won't bother with the two shieldy boys, they take a little bit too long for me to be bothered. And again, these guys are lobbing fire bombs, but the fire bombs will pretty much always hit the same place, so just leg it through. Then you're supposed to run in here and get absolutely gangbanged, but they will also both enter an animation where you don't really need to struggle. One. Oh. Another thing is, you're invincible while doing backstabs. So it's like, while I was supposed to get killed in here, I'm now cool. I'm yet to have many item drops. So item drops are kind of RNG. Every enemy in the game has a pool of items that they can potentially drop, and they won't drop them every time. But it's kind of up to random chance. And I'm not really getting anything yet. Black fire bombs. It will be interesting to have a look in my log when the last time I played Dark Souls was. Maybe I'll take this video to half an hour. Maybe that's what we'll do. I see a lot of YouTube videos being around half an hour these days. I feel like that's not too unacceptable. I reckon by the time the next boss is dead, I could probably call it there for the video, perhaps. I guess we shall see. It'd be cool to record some of these playthroughs as well, because it's like, I'm not just chronicling my Titanite Shard, there we go. I'm not just chronicling my game log in my actual game log anymore. It's visible, you know, some of the things that I do are here on video. Maybe some cool shit will happen at some point, I don't know. Ooh. So I made a mistake there. I know there are two guys there, and yet I went for a backstab and missed it. And therefore, as a result, I was punished with being stabbed by him. So I shouldn't have gone for it, but here we are. So again, here's the exact same lesson you should learn from earlier, right? Back in the first area, you run up some stairs, you get hit by a bowling ball if you don't look where you're going. That should teach you that in this game, you need to look where you're going, right? Because if you didn't look up that staircase, you'd have been hit by the bowling ball. Same thing here, right? There's an enemy and there's a barrel. What's that going to mean? It's going to mean it's going to come and try and hit me. You should look where you're going. Easy mode. Alright, come on then, bro. A lot of people run into this guy thinking, oh, I can take him. And then he absolutely ruins their entire life. I guess we'll see how that goes. Come up here, you little bellend. It's always a good idea to clear out all of the enemies around here first when you take him on, and then just bring him up here into this big open bit and fuck his day up. Go on then. Go for the thrust. He's gone for the thrust. And now we basically attempt to get him stuck in a backstab cycle, but because he's against the wall we can't. 1, 2, and then he usually goes for the third. Another important point is if you watch my stamina, stamina management is as important as managing your health in this game. Do not let yourself run out of stamina, you'll probably die. Your stamina regens a lot quicker with your shield down than with your shield up as well, as another incentive to not let you just walk around with your shield up all the time. It's interesting how, again, people go on about how this game's incredibly hard, and well, yeah, looks it. 1, and that, no, 1 more maybe? Is that him dead? That's him dead. I was kind of hoping he'd drop his sword. If he'd have dropped his sword, then perhaps I'd have used it, because, or well, I wouldn't have been able to use it yet, but like later on in the game it would have been a brilliant weapon to have had access to, but alas, not quite. So earlier on we picked up some gold pine resin, which is another way that you can make the game easier, because again, if you explore, the game gives you the tools to make things easier. What's he going to drop us? 2 chunks. That's easy enough. Okay. So you'll walk through here, And then behind you is going to be an archer. He's a dick. He's in a dick place. Like, again, if you were to just run straight forward, you'd be shot at the entire boss fight. Not clever. But these, again, it's teaching you to pay attention to your surroundings and to not just assume that everything is safe. Something every Let's Player of this game ever has said is that it's cool in Dark Souls because if you can see a location, there is a decent chance that at some point within the game, you're going to go there. Come on, broski. So as soon as he jumps down, turn around, get your ass up the ladder, apply the gold pine resin, jump the fuck down, plunge the sword into Dickhead's face, fuck his mother up. If you spend too much time up here, he will jump. You don't want that to happen. You also really probably don't want to get stuck on these stairs. Like I'm now stuck on these stairs. And he's now dead. So, again, that's now 2 bosses down with minimal effort. I remember my first playthrough. I don't know how old I would have been. I'd have been pretty young, but like, it took me hours to get past the tourist demon. I was literally just running around in Undead Burg, leveling up, trying to get myself strong enough to fight him. And you know, it's not that difficult once you really understand what's going on with the game. And again, right, here's the game teaching you to pay attention to what you do. Anyone who's played this game before knows what happens when I run down this. Yeah, you get burnt by a dragon. So don't do it. How are you supposed to know that's going to happen? If you've never played the game, someone's going to say, look at the floor, scorch marks, be afraid. So what you do, run forwards. That will then trigger the dragony boy. He'll go and spray his fire. While he's doing that, go and have a good chat with the mascot of the series. I'm not going to do any summoning of real people during this game, but I might summon NPCs just because, I don't know, I'm demonstrating that the game's fairly easy to do if you understand what's going on.
The way I see it, in a land grim. So what do you say?
So yeah, he gives you the white sign soapstone, so if you drop the soap around anywhere, you can then get help. Mr. Solaire, staring at the sun. Okay, so now we've got the issue of the dragons at the other end and we can't get across. So what you do is you absolutely fucking leg it. I don't know if I'm going to make it because I feel like I'm moving slower than I normally would and I'm not quite sure why. Then you've got 2 options of how to get down there. But first off, open your first shortcut. So at this point we've gone quite a while without a bonfire. Kick ladder down. So now we can get back down there should we so please. And then what I like to do is rather than taking the sewers and dealing with the rats is I'll come up here, get in this corner where you're properly safe from the fire, and then wait a few seconds and the dragon will come down because it will realise it can't get you. Any second now the dragon will come down. Okay, and as soon as it does, once again, fucking leg it. It's fine if it hits you if you've got full health, it won't kill you. Roll though. And there we have another bonfire. And now, once you've gotten here and you rest at the bonfire, the dragon will leave and you're free to loot to your heart's content. However, right now, I'm not going to go there. Actually, I will, because I probably won't come back. And if you notice, these guys are taking less damage. The enemies around Undeadburg are nerfed, even though they're the same actual enemies. Do not go too far back up the bridge, because if you do that, the dragon does come back and he will fuck your mum. Okay, so once I get to, actually no, probably here is about the point where I should probably end the video, isn't it? So half an hour in, first video done. If you want me to continue the series, please do show some support, subscribe, all that sort of shit. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully I wasn't too boring. And yeah, guys, half an hour of listening to me. You must be bored. And I will see you all later.